Hey everyone, second installment for the Ryan Tedder monthly course. This module was called End-to-End Music Production, and this showed Ryan going through the creation of a song that was more in depth production wise. The last module was just kind of guitar, percussion, and a couple of kind of vocal things, so not as in depth as this one. The vibe of the song started in Contact, and it was kind of pitching wise. He was looking at Halsey, Selena Gomez, that type of thing. It was kind of like a dark synth pop vibe in there. The song was called Waves. Once again, the ideas just come so quickly to him, and they're all quality. And yeah, he's just so good at kind of getting it all out there. Because he does it every day, and he's one of the best people in the world. I was talking to a mate that was doing the course as well, and it's kind of like, watching Michael Jordan play basketball, then kind of being out there on the court with the ball, and you're like, but a couple of notes that I took down throughout the course this week. Ryan spoke about tension and release throughout the song. Not giving the listener any reason to kind of change stations or lose their attention essentially. So making sure that tension and release is there in the song. In regards to the beat, he said if you're going to swing the beat, swing it behind the beat. And he also mentioned that when he was working with Timbaland, he'd never quantize his beats, so that's kind of differentiated him from the rest of the people out there doing beats at that time. He said that it's not always about stacking sounds, it's about finding the right one. So he said sometimes you can work on stacking like a snare or whatnot for hours or days, and really you could have just replaced that with the right sound, and you wouldn't have had to waste all that time on it. So also in regards to drums, to tune your drums to the song that you're working in. He did use some Moog hardware. I think I'm saying that wrong, right? I'm not sure. But yeah, a kind of outboard synthesizer, which yeah was quite. It's it's quite expensive for that, and for most people doing the course. So that's one thing that kind of popped up again. Is it would have been nice to have Ryan download like Contact free, or say I'm working in Logic and I'm using all the stock sample sounds, just so like the people doing the course don't think they have to go and spend like $1,000 um, on plugins to make those sounds. So just to keep it on a level playing field. But that yeah, that is what it is. BFD and addictive drums, Ryan thinks they're the most realistic. Another thing he said was the song is more important than the production. If the song isn't there, then nothing matters. In regards to lyrics, he said, does it read well? As in, like it's conversational. He also thinks 5 to 6 hours a day maximum is kind of the potential of creating that you can get throughout a day. I didn't really say that right, but you get what I mean. One other cool thing that he mentioned in the course, which I didn't know, is with a stereo waveform, which you can see on the screen. The bottom waveform is the right channel, and the top waveform is the left channel. You might have known that. I didn't. I'd seen it before. It makes sense now. There you go. Another interesting thing Ryan did when he was writing lyrics was he took all the highs out of the entire kind of mix, because his theory was that you write better lyrics when you can't hear all the small intricacies of the track that you're working on. So it's almost like he said, you write better lyrics when you're standing outside the studio and you can kind of hear the muffled sound. So he did that, which was kind of cool. Actually, now that I look at that note, that's actually from part 3. So that was like a bonus spoiler note in there for you. Still a cool idea nonetheless. Speaking of part 3, next week is actually collaborating with an artist. Ryan works with Cautious Clay, who's yeah, really cool. I first kind of heard of him on John Mayer's Current Mood Instagram show. So that'll be great to go through there. And in the course, they encourage you to collaborate in that third part with an artist. So I'm going to be working with my mate Amy Francis from down in Victoria in Australia. And yeah, we've already started working on a cool kind of Adele, Duffy, Elle King kind of vibed track. So yeah, that should be fun. But enough of me waffling and trying to review part 2, end-to-end music production. Let me pull up Logic and I'll show you the track that I made this week. I started out with this. It's just a Worktape. You're my devil meter. Da-da, 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 Yeah, so that was a Worktape that I started with. That's how most songs start, just mumbling, making no sense, and working out the chords as you go. But I kind of had the idea of "You're My Therapy," and that came out initially in the fact that like the people that you meet them, or when you're around them, they automatically make you feel better. Um, that was kind of the idea that I had for this song. I just wanted to explore that a bit more. So yeah, we started out. I'll just kind of take you through the stems and show you what I've got in there in Logic. But yeah, lyrics wise on the right, that's what I ended up with. I like the idea of I sat down on your couch not knowing I'd never want to get up. Just that kind of literal therapy in the movies, lying down on a couch, talking to someone. And yeah, I just liked how, but sometimes I'd feel more like blue than green. I liked how that sung. Then I just went through kind of working out this is a chorus here. Only thing soothing my soul. I can sing it, I can't speak it. And the other line that really kind of resonated and I liked is I showed you in my head behind all the curtains and you make it feel okay. So a bit of a Wizard of Oz reference in there, about showing someone the craziness in your head and them being all right with it. But yeah, then at the end, just kind of got more of like an outro groove track. So this is more of an artist track. I don't think it's like a crazy banger pop song. It's more chill, laid back stuff, something that I'd write as an artist. So yeah, so let me show you what I've got in here. So basically guitars, let's just start with those. So I've got this guy in here. It's just kind of sitting on that thing there. Then I brought in a couple of little high-pitched harmonic kind of thing. So they're a heap of kind of delay. I'm running that one through a Stephen Slate plugin. Slate stuff's really cool. Yeah, I've been digging that of late, which is kind of like, I guess that's their version of a Roland Jazz. I bought in a trem here, so it's just using Tremolator by Sound Toys. Hope the levels of this is okay, but we'll see. Yeah, then that kind of sits in there. They come back in, and then at the very end here, just a little kind of lead break. Lots of so an interesting thing happened here. For some reason I was working between kind of two sessions in Logic. I'm not sure how it happened. I think something happened with the drums and I went back to an old version. But I thought I lost the guitar, the little guitar break here, and I actually didn't. And then when I dragged the new one in, it was still in there, but it kind of like almost did like a weird delay thing. So I just kept it in there like as a happy accident. So that's that guy there. What else have we got here? So next up, I've just got some kind of piano sounds in there. I was going to use a bass. Got a MIDI guitar coming next week, which I'm pretty excited about, because I've just got a uke bass at the moment, which you can see in some other videos. But yeah, for this one, I just decided that the piano should play the bass note. So this is what it's just real. Okay, don't know why that did that. Oh. Yeah, so just real low bass notes on the piano, panned left and right. Not too much though. And then at the end here, just some of the that piano sound there, which is pretty cool, is actually a Phineas preset from Ocean Eyes. In the Logic, in the new version of Logic, it comes with all the stems and like plugins and strips that Phineas used on the track, which is really cool. So yeah, I thought I'd put that one in there. Yeah, so that's what we've got keys wise. Just pretty basic chords. I'm not a keys player, in case you don't know. So we've got the keys there, which should be called keys. What else do we have? At the very start of the track, there's a little... I just heard that sample on Splice, and I was like, I'm going to put that at the start. That's kind of cool. The other kind of just ear candy thing that's in there is just a little reverse shot here. Which you won't really hear. It's just more like an atmosphere thing. So, yeah, what else do we have in here to show you? So we've got the drums. Once again, pretty simple drums. They're not my forte, but you know, the more you do, the better you get. So just some clicks in there. And then they ramp up a bit with a kick. Say clicks or kick then. Anyways, you can hear what it is. Just that kind of, you know, simple bit in there. So that's the percussion. And then in here, we've just got the lead vocal. I'd probably, to be honest, this, because it's in a week, I mean, a lot of people can crank out tracks quickly, but yeah, it felt kind of rushed for me, and I wasn't sure about the key and different things. So, yeah, I've just got the lead vocal in there with some a few little harmonies in there. I'm not the biggest harmony man either, but I'm slowly getting better at it. So
answer questions that were holding me back, 'cause I got other things, but sometimes I'd feel
just little, you know, just little bits in there.
There would be the only thing that's soothing my soul.
That bit's in there. And then, yeah, we added these bits in here. I. Which is kind of cool. And then after they come in just after the first chorus, and then they come back in and they also just sit in the chorus as well the next time around. So I didn't plan for them to sit there, but then I was like, hey, let's drag them under there, and they worked cool. So they come back in here later in the song, and then I added some stacks in here and some. I should have went through this in the percussion section. How embarrassing! My fault there, guys. So it's just me clapping at home with some verb and stuff on it. All I did, a little trick that Ryan showed is, you know, setting up a cycle range here and just doing like a couple of loop recordings, then exploding it That was the chair, by the way. Exploded it, and then just kind of having the different samples in there to kind of stack. And then this is just me. I haven't listened to these by themselves for a while, so.
Take me to therapy, oh, take me to therapy. Take me to therapy.
So that's 3 versions of me there clapping and kind of singing along and panning them out and different things. So that's all the bits of the track. I'll play the whole thing now. Looking forward to the third track from this course. It's been cool. It's kind of kept making sure I was making tracks and stuff. I'm always writing, but it's cool just to have a little bit of a structure to follow along to and be accountable for the weeks. I did run a little bit behind with this one, but just life and whatnot. But got another song finished. I'll probably revisit this down the track because I like the vibe for me as an artist. Artist, that's such a weird art. It always feels so fancy when you say it, artist, an artist. Yeah. Anyways, these are the things that keep me up at night. But yeah, I'm happy with the kind of bare bones of the track that I've got so far. And this song is called Therapy. I hope you like it, and I'll have the final installment of this review in probably a week or so, maybe a bit longer, of a co-written track with Amy Francis, which I'm looking forward to finishing. And this is Therapy, guys. Hope you're safe and well.
I sat down on your couch, not knowing I never want to get up. Skeptically answered questions that were holding me back. 'Cause I got other things, but sometimes I feel more like blue than green. And I've been thinking every day since, honeybee, you're my therapy. You're my therapy, oh, you're my therapy. The only thing that's soothing my soul. I show you in my head, behind all the curtains, and you make it feel okay. My therapy. I let your light shine in to every crack in my soul, gluing me back together. It will hold. 'Cause honeybee, you're the thing that makes me stop, take it all in. You're my therapy. You're my therapy. Oh, you're my therapy. The only thing that's soothing my soul. I showed you in my head, behind all the curtains, and you make it feel okay. My therapy, oh. Take me to therapy. Come on, take me to therapy. Take me to therapy. Take me to therapy. Take me to therapy. Come on, take me to therapy. Come on, take me to therapy. You're my therapy. You're my therapy. Oh, you're my therapy. The only thing that's soothing my soul.